All right, folks, the secret is out. AI has entered the building, not left the building, has entered the building. Okay, I know AI has been around for a while, and a lot of us who are using it for marketing are realizing like, oh my gosh, I can get so many ideas for content, for blog posts, for social posts, for videos that I want to make. Here's the challenge. We should all be doing more video because outside of like in-person connecting with other people, video is the fastest way to build trust, to create connection with your ideal audience. I mean, you can show up and you can be your absolute most ridiculous self, and the people that resonate with that will want to work with you. The people that don't won't. And how cool is that, that just after watching a video, someone might not want to work with you. And that person probably isn't your ideal client. So in this video so far, I think I've probably already turned some people off. That's great. That's part of my goal. That's part of what I'm trying to do. Here's the thing with video, hopefully you already know I should be doing more video, but maybe you're in the camp of I'm not doing video. I know I should be, but I'm just not. I've had so many conversations with people that I've coached around video, and the biggest thing is people can create a list of topics and content that they want to shoot. Without a framework, it becomes really hard to create that content. But then I'll also say this, for those who are just getting started, who have sat down, who have hit record on the camera and are like, okay, here's my script. Maybe you have a teleprompter, and then you go. If you're reading a teleprompter, you go through it, then you watch the video later and you're like, man, I sound like a robot. If you don't have a teleprompter, you hit record and then you're ready to go, and then you're like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I have a starter prompt that I got from AI, or I've got all these great ideas for video, but I just feel like, I'm looking into this black hole of a camera lens and I'm all by myself and I don't know, I don't think I look that great. I don't like my voice. I sound annoying. We second guess ourselves. We get in our heads and then we don't make the content. My firm belief is that you have something to offer the world, period. If you can show up on video, if there's like a little tiny part of you that's like, man, I wish I had the confidence, I just wish I could, I want to help you. And here is what I found to be the secret weapon when it comes to being able to do this. So instead of being alone with a camera, hitting record, and then just like being incredibly intimidated by this little piece of glass, the way around that is to get somebody on the other side of the camera asking you the questions that will lead you to the responses that are in your list. And really what I'm trying to help you understand is that, like me, I don't have somebody on the other side of the camera, but I've been doing this long enough that I'm comfortable. I'm actually looking at a teleprompter. I don't have words right now on my teleprompter, but I have a teleprompter that shows my screen. I'm looking right into the middle of it. I think that's like smack dab right where the lens is. And because I've done this so many times, I'm very comfortable just looking at this piece of glass. I'm actually looking at myself and boy, I look pretty good. My hair's okay, whatever. Especially when you're just starting out, especially if you don't have the confidence, get somebody on the other side of the camera to feed you questions. That person hopefully is somebody that you trust. So if you are coming across as robotic, they'll be able to say like, wait, stop. Let's do that again. And just like, shake it off and start with a smile and begin, okay? So you've got somebody there that can coach you. And then what I would task that same person with is, as you're answering the questions or kind of going through the bullet points that you might be going through, have that person be listening, active listening, nodding their head and smiling, and hopefully you're able to look at the camera and not at the person, right? Because we want to connect with our viewer. So task that person with some empathy and have them ask a follow-up question. So if you're sharing, the 3 reasons why people should make a video, and then you share the first one, like, well, because you have a mission, like you have a message that people need to know about. So I shared that. And then to have your friend say like, okay, but like, why does that matter, Ryan? Or why do you care about that? Like, oh gosh, ask me that question. I'm going to say like, because I believe that we're all created for a purpose. And I feel like we all have something to offer other people that they can learn from. They can learn from our experience, our story, our failures. And I want to equip people with what they need in order to do that. So to have somebody that's on the other side that's listening, not you who's just written out the script or written out this outline and you're just following the directions, but to actually have somebody who's actively listening and engaging and wanting you to show up as your best self and wanting to feel what it is that you're trying to communicate, that is the secret weapon. So when we are creating these beautiful brand films for companies, one of the reasons why they feel like anything is because we're on the other side of the camera, or actually next to the camera usually, and I'm leaning in like this. And sometimes, I'm hearing these stories of people and I'm wiping tears away because they're so moving. And then I'll say something like, wow, that must have been really hard. And then I'll just be quiet. And then I'll just be quiet. And then I'll let them pick up when they're comfortable. And the sound bites that come from after the sound bite that they've maybe shared 100 times, or to say something like, tell me more about that. Like, how did that make you feel? Or what was, like, take me to the moment. Like, where were you? And what was going on inside of your head? To be able to ask follow-up questions like that, to kind of go beyond here's the canned answer that I always give when I talk about that thing, that is the secret sauce. If you're creating content on your own and you don't have this experience, get somebody that can help you do that. Find somebody, a friend, a mentor, somebody that has empathy, and they don't even have to be in person. This is the beauty about what we have right in front of us is we can do this on Zoom. We're so comfortable hopping on a Zoom call and having a conversation with somebody, and I mean, we can have a conversation that actually matters. So you could get somebody on the other side of the camera or on the other side of the country on a Zoom call asking you these questions, and you can create content that way. So we'll go in with a list of questions. This is what we do. We call it virtual directing, where we're gonna coach, we're gonna direct our talents. So if you said, hey Ryan, I don't actually have somebody that I could call on, or somebody that can ask and feel what I'm feeling, or press in, somebody that doesn't have the experience of all the interviews that you've done, you can hire me, you can hire our team, and we can do this for you. This is a service that we offer because for so long we've done these big, elaborate, beautiful documentary style brand films, and we can only do so many of these. Number one, the price point, they're very expensive. Number two, it takes a lot of time to bring all of our gear, especially if we're traveling throughout the country, and then to bring our team. That costs a lot of money, it takes a lot of time. And what I realized earlier this year is like, oh my goodness, we can do this same work. I mean, it's gonna look and feel a little bit different because we're remote, but we can still help people create meaningful content that's gonna move the needle in their business. If you want more information about our virtual directing services, I'm gonna link below. You can reach out, read more about what we're doing here. But if nothing else, just take this tool, this approach, use this as a resource to say, man, I could create content if there was somebody on the other side of the camera. Do that. Your message is more important than your mug. Your mission is so valuable. The thing that you are doing to help make the world a better place, I want you to be able to do. I want you to use video in a way that can leverage that can scale what you're doing so that you can work with more people and make a bigger impact. I'm serious. I care about that. I care about you. Period. If this is helpful, leave me a comment below. I'm gonna link to another video that you can watch. In the description, you'll find a link to our virtual directing services. We also have something called the Smartphone Film Academy, which I'll link to as well. So if you're looking to use something as simple as your smartphone to create more content, I'm gonna teach you some very basic ways that you can be using that to really connect. That's what I'm all about. I believe that if you can create that emotional connection with people, if you can let them know or let them feel that you hear them, you see them, you're in the same room with them, and that you can help solve their problem, they're gonna wanna work with you. So I'll link to the Smartphone Film Academy below as well. Thanks for hanging out with me, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.